Are you thinking about moving to Overland Park, Kansas? Or are you wondering if Overland Park is truly the right fit for you? Maybe you're wondering if there are other options that you've not considered that maybe you should consider. Well, you've come to the right place today, because today I'm going to give you a quick comparison of Overland Park, Kansas to 4 other popular suburbs in the Johnson County, Kansas area that you may also want to consider. We're going to look at Olathe, Lenexa, Shawnee, and DeSoto. And I'm going to share with you their overall rankings according to niche.com, the median home price of each area according to redfin.com, their school rankings according to niche.com, and their crime and safety ratings according to bestplaces.net. And if you hang around until the end, I'm going to summarize all of the information that I've thrown at you today so that you can make an informed decision about where to live in Kansas City. And I'm going to get started right now. If this is your first time to this channel and you want to know everything about living in Kansas City or any of its suburbs, then hit the subscribe button below and tap the bell for notifications so that you can be the first to know about the current market in Kansas City. Hi, my name is Cheryl McCormick, and I'm with the Rob Ellerman team at Reecenichols Real Estate. I get calls and emails every day from people just like you who are looking for help on making their move to Kansas City or within the Kansas City area, and I absolutely love helping people. So whether you're planning on moving in 9 days or 90 days, give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email. I have all of the information in the description below so that I can help you make your move to Kansas City or within the Kansas City area a smooth and enjoyable one. So, as I mentioned, today I'm going to compare statistics of Overland Park, Kansas to 4 other popular Johnson County suburbs on the Kansas side of Kansas City so that you can decide which suburb may be the right choice for you. A lot of times when people think of a Kansas City suburb on the Kansas side of the state line, they think about Overland Park. Many people who are not even familiar with Kansas City have heard of Overland Park because a lot of people travel from outside of the area to Overland Park to do business. And it's also probably because Overland Park is the largest suburb of Kansas City on the Kansas side. And it's a pretty fantastic suburb to boot. But it's not the only option if you're wanting to live on the Kansas side of Kansas City. So I thought today we'd explore a few more options just so that you can make a more informed decision if you're deciding to move here. When compiling my information for all of the suburbs, I looked at 3 rankings on niche.com. First, I looked at the overall ranking of a city. I also looked at how it ranks in the best suburb to live in Kansas category, and also how it ranks in the best suburbs to raise a family in Kansas category. Now, if we're going to compare everything to Overland Park, I guess we need to start with Overland Park. So let's start there. Niche.com ranks Overland Park extremely high with an overall grade of A+. They also rank it as the number 3 best suburb to live in Kansas and the number 3 best suburb to raise a family in Kansas. Redfin.com lists the median home price of a home in Overland Park as $414,000 as of January 2023. When looking at safety and crime rates in Overland Park, bestplaces.net shows that Overland Park has lower crime rates than Kansas City Metro and the entire state of Kansas. But surprisingly, at least I was pretty surprised when I was researching this, Overland Park has one of the highest crime rates of the suburbs that we're looking at today, with violent crimes at 16.3 per 100 and property crime at 27.2 per 100. But don't let that concern you too much, though, because even though these crime rates are some of the highest in the suburbs that we're looking at today, the rates are still considerably lower than the national average of 22.7 out of 100 violent crimes and 35.4 out of 100 property crimes. Overland Park is still a very safe city to live in. And really, all of the suburbs we're going to talk about today are very safe places to live. Now let's talk about schools. Overland Park is served by two main public school districts. We have Blue Valley, which is on the southern side of Overland Park, and Shawnee Mission, which is on the north side. Niche.com gives the Blue Valley School District the #1 highest ranking school district in Kansas and an overall rating of A+. Blue Valley really has received lots of accolades and is just extremely highly rated. The Shawnee Mission Schools, though, is also great with an overall ranking of A and a ranking as the #6 best school district in the state of Kansas. But Overland Park is not the only great suburb on the Kansas side of Kansas City, so let's look at some others. Now let's look at Olathe, Kansas. Olathe is a suburb just to the west of Overland Park. Like Overland Park, Niche.com also gives Olathe an overall rating of A+. Olathe ranks a little bit lower than Overland Park as the #9 best suburb to live in Kansas and the #8 best suburb to raise a family in Kansas. Olathe is one of the more affordable Kansas City suburbs with a median home price of $398,000 according to redfin.com, and that's as of January of 2023. When it comes to safety, Olathe ranks in the middle of the pack of the suburbs that we're looking at today, with violent crimes at 10.2 per 100 and property crime at 24.5 per 100. Now let's talk about the schools in Olathe. The largest portion of Olathe is served by the Olathe Public School District, which Niche.com gives an overall grade of A and ranks it as the #3 best school district in Kansas. But there are some of the outskirts of Olathe that are served by several other school districts. You can also find homes with Olathe addresses in the #1 ranked Blue Valley School District, the #8 ranked DeSoto School District, and also the Spring Hill School District, which Niche.com does not give a rating, but assigns an overall grade of C+. Another suburb you should at least consider looking at is Lenexa, Kansas. Lenexa is truly a great place to live, with a central location and easy highway access. It's located towards the central and western side of Johnson County, and it's currently one of the fastest growing communities in Johnson County. Lenexa also ranks extremely high on Niche.com with an overall grade of A+. They rank it as the #7 best suburb to live in Kansas and also the #7 best suburb to raise a family in Kansas. Lenexa is slightly more affordable than Overland Park with a median home price as of January 2023, according to redfin.com, at $410,000. The crime rates, according to bestplaces.net, are a little bit lower than Overland Park, with violent crimes at 12.1 per 100 and property crime at 27.1 per 100. There are 3 public school districts that serve Lenexa: the Olathe School District, the DeSoto School District, and the Shawnee Mission School District. The Olathe School District serves the central part of Lenexa, and remember, Niche.com gave it a grade of A and ranks it as the #3 best school district in Kansas. The eastern portion of Lenexa is served by the Shawnee Mission School District. Niche.com gives Shawnee Mission an overall ranking of A, with a ranking as the #6 best school district in Kansas. And the far western portion of Lenexa is served by the DeSoto School District, which has an overall ranking of an A, with a ranking as the #8 best school district in Kansas. So our next suburb is just to the north of Lenexa, and that's Shawnee, Kansas. Shawnee also has convenient highway access, which makes it a very convenient place to live. It also ranks extremely high on Niche.com with an overall grade of A+. They rank it as the #8 best suburb to live in Kansas and the #9 best suburb to raise a family in Kansas. It's the most affordable suburb that we're looking at today, with a median home price of $337,500, which makes it a great option because you can definitely get more bang for your buck there. It also has low crime rates, with violent crimes at 15.4 per 100 and property crime at 27.3 per 100. Shawnee is primarily served by two public school districts, the DeSoto School District and the Shawnee Mission School District. The far western portion of Shawnee is served by the DeSoto School District, which, as I said before, has an overall ranking of A with a ranking as the number 8 best school district in Kansas. The eastern portion of Shawnee is served by the Shawnee Mission School District, which, as I've said previously, niche.com gives an overall ranking of A with a ranking of the number 6 best school districts in Kansas. Finally, let's talk about DeSoto, Kansas. DeSoto, Kansas was originally a small rural community outside of the Kansas City area on the western side, but it's quickly growing into a suburb of the Kansas City area as the city continues to expand. It's located to the west of Lenexa off of K-10 highway. It's attractive for those who like a more rural feel or maybe who want properties with acreage, but there are also many new subdivisions popping up as well. It's also home to the new Panasonic battery plant, which will bring new jobs and development to the area. So it's touted to be a really growing and developing area. Niche.com gives DeSoto an overall livability rating of A. It ranks a little lower as the number 82 best suburb to live in Kansas and the number 47 best suburb to raise a family in Kansas. DeSoto is one of the more affordable Kansas City suburbs with a median home price of $390,000. When it comes to safety, DeSoto has slightly higher crime rates than the other suburbs we've looked at today, with violent crime at 16 per 100 and property crime at 34.6 per 100. But its rates are still lower than the national average. DeSoto is served by the DeSoto School District, which has an overall ranking of A, with a ranking as the number 8 best school district in Kansas. And so I've thrown a lot of information at you. So now let's summarize all of this so that I can make it a little easier for you to compare. All of the Kansas City suburbs that I've talked about today are really great places to live. It's really just personal preference, and it depends on what you're looking for in a community, and sometimes boils down to how much you get for your money and what you're willing to spend. Niche.com gives Overland Park, Olathe, Lenexa, and Shawnee all overall ratings of A+, and DeSoto's just slightly behind with an overall rating of A when it looks at livability factors. So you really can't go wrong with all of those. Overland Park ranks as the number 3 best suburb to live in Kansas, followed by Lenexa at number 7, Shawnee at number 8, Olathe at number 9, and DeSoto's a little farther behind the pack at 82. If you're thinking of affordability, it's going to cost you more to live in Overland Park, followed by Lenexa, then Olathe, and then DeSoto, and then finally with Shawnee being the most affordable. All suburbs have highly rated public schools with overall grades of A or A+, according to niche.com, but the Blue Valley schools rank the highest as the number 1 school district in Kansas. You can attend the Blue Valley school districts in Overland Park and a small sliver of Olathe, as well as some other suburbs that we didn't talk about today. Olathe schools still rank very high as the number 3 best school district in Kansas, and the Shawnee Mission School District is still at number 6. DeSoto is just right behind at the number 8 best school district in Kansas. All of the suburbs are very safe with crime rankings below the national average, but of the ones we looked at today, Olathe and Lenexa had the lowest crime rates. I hope this has given you some valuable information that will help you decide which Kansas City suburb may be right for you. I also have a video that compares Overland Park to Leawood and Prairie Village, as well as Olathe, that you may want to check out, as well as several other videos that provide more detailed information on each of those suburbs individually, as well as other suburbs in the Kansas City area. And if you found this information valuable, please like my video and leave a comment. And if you want to learn more about any Kansas City suburbs, subscribe to my channel and check out my other videos. And remember, whether you're planning on moving in 9 days or 90 days, feel free to give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email. Everything is in the description below so that I can help you make your move to Kansas City or within the Kansas City area a smooth and enjoyable one. So until next time, guys, I'll be seeing you around town.